Without further ado, one of the things we've all talked about, all the presentations, everyone who's been on this stage at some point has mentioned the word social platforms, social media. However, how do you turn those social media platforms into performance channels for your brand? Well, you were about to find out. So let's welcome to the stage Federico Rossi, who is the CEO Latin America for iProspect, and Mariano Tordo, the digital marketing manager for Fravega. Let's give it up. Come on, guys.
Thank you.
Woo. Woo.
Thank you. So good afternoon, everybody. If we thought that actually everybody was going to cheer us to speak in Spanish, we will definitely do that. The thing is, I have my notes in English, so sorry about that. we will do it in English. Sorry about that. So actually, I believe we all in this room agree that we as Latinos have this characteristic of that we are social by nature, right? If we see the stats of the time usage in social platforms, if we see the amount of contacts or friends we have actually in Facebook and other social media platforms, we really beat up some global averages standards. Actually, I was seeing yesterday some stats of Facebook in this region, 80 million people in Brazil, more than 50 million people in Mexico, more than 20 million people in Argentina, and almost 20 in Colombia, which actually is actually impressive. So we can say that, and let's put it this way, social media has found it easy to grow in Latin America. What maybe not everybody knows is that, and this is because actually our region is so diverse, is that e-commerce also is growing, and it's growing really, really fast. So the conjunction of these two scenarios is actually what brings us today on stage. I have here Mariano Tordo. He's the digital marketing manager from Fravega. So thank you, Mariano, for being here with us. Fravega, for those who are not from Argentina, Fravega is this huge, huge retailer with more than 100 stores all around the country, with more than 100 years, actually. So we are really traditional retail. So, Mariano, if you don't mind sharing with us and with the room your experience, what is the overarching approach from Fravega into social media?
Well, thank you, Federico, for the introduction. Thank you all for being here. Social media for Fravega is key. We have like two objectives. One is performance, and one is generating brand awareness. And we do this with iProspect. Is the way we define our strategy, our content strategy, and the way we can manage all our inventory in the social platforms. We have a bunch of products, and the audience is there in the social platforms, and we need to, all those tools are prepared to reach them, and we have to gather together the way to engage them. And with iProspect, we could develop a strategy that help us differentiate ourselves from our competitors.
So actually, how is that strategy now different than what you were doing in the past? And I'm not saying the past like 10 years ago, 8 years ago, just like 1.5 years or 2 years ago.
Well, good question. Previously, as we all know, social media was only used for brand awareness. However, we know we should be challenging this because a little budget was there, no focus there, and what we need, as Latinos, we are pure social. We have the audience, we have those tools that I was talking about. We need to engage them in another way. We need to use these platforms to gain our objectives in a correct way. So what we need to do every day with iProspect is understand what the audience like, what the content are they interested in, which is our role as a retailer in help them with technology and products, and mostly to make them have easier decisions when they need to buy something. So in the end, what we need to do is to build the correct ad, the correct content, to get the best promotion for them in the right moment and for the right people.
Right, so it's finding this balance between just driving sales or promotions and building your branding awareness. Actually, you have a very good, strong position to people. It's like you position yourself like as leaders in technology. That's very strong. So actually, how is data shaping your business today?
Well, we're full of data. That's the problem with social network. And that is what we struggle every day and with all our strategies and how we manage to use that data to improve our decisions. Together with iProspect, we built a different, clear communication strategy, trying to be a little bit different from the competitors. And with them, for example, in Facebook, we use custom audiences and lookalike targeting just to understand how we can deal with our objectives of performance and brand. We keep on making trials in there with those type of tools to understand which is the best way to engage and to achieve our objectives.
Okay, so from right here, it's like actually, and I believe data is pushing us beyond just building awareness and actually going through performance. So actually, how this have been changing also your overall marketing strategy?
Yes, in Fravega, what we always do is measure and measure and measure and measure everything that we plan and what is running all the time. With iProspect, we have monthly meetings where we share all this measurement and all these insights that we gain from the prospects and from the content, and we compare those results together. We debate a lot of what would be the next steps, and with that information, we define the new strategy for all across the media.
So I really like that. Actually, we have a phrase from actually Hernan Valencia, which is saying that we always live in this beta testing, right? We test and learn and test and learn. So actually, the continued testing of your creative is actually something actually amazing. And how you are using real-time consumer-driven data of the segmentation and targeting you are doing, actually to start understanding what type of product you should sell to what type of client in what type of what time of the day and in which moment is really reshaping your overall media planning. So it's actually a very good thing. So staying with Facebook, I saw actually you guys develop with Facebook a case study on how, and this is really important, how actually online is contribution with your in-store sales. So this is something that we all as marketeers really are always wondering how all our online efforts actually impacting on your business and on your offline business. So if you don't mind, please share with us how is the methodology for tracking this case.
Okay, well, with Facebook, we had a really good relationship, and as marketeers want to know what happened with our online investment and how that investment affects our offline sales. So with that information, we said, with that question, how can we measure that? We know that is happening, always happening. So we built this case, and the methodology of that case was we select a target audience. We divide it into two groups, one an exposed group and a control group, and with those groups, the exposed group was exposed to Facebook and the other don't. In a couple of time, in a short period of time, 1 month and 1 week in this case, we upload into Facebook all the emails that has attached a transaction, both online and offline. And I said offline because in the offline stores, we ask in every transaction the emails. So in that case, we can match that ID with the Facebook ID. And we would put that information in Facebook, and with the tool Conversion Lift, we measure each group and we compare each group and see which group performs better. The incredible thing was that this was a scientific experiment, statistically proved. And what we used to see when we invest something in Facebook, in this case, we reach 1 peso in the online store. But now we could measure that with the same investment, we reach 2.2 pesos in offline store. For each peso that we earn in e-commerce, we earn an additional 2.2 in the offline stores. That is always happening. The good thing of this is that we measure it. Now, every doors are open for new methodologies of buying this media, because our strategies are focused on driving people to our e-commerce. But now this is changing. Now we know that if we invest something there, we can attribute the offline sense also to that messages. So this is something incredible that we did with Facebook.
I know. So having that understanding of your business and hold that thought, I will go back to that in just in a minute. We are talking about social as a whole, so don't focus only on Facebook. So my next question is like, what other social channels? So I follow you guys on Pinterest, on Vine, on Instagram. What other social channels have you been deploying and using right now?
We are everywhere. Our audience is in every channel. So we have to build a different strategy together with iProspect, taking the advantage of each channel. So Facebook is the biggest one, is the best one that approaches performance. Twitter helps us creating in the right moment, in mobile specifically, it helps us building the brand. And in the other channels, we are keep on exploring there, understanding which is the best content for our audience, and we try to replicate that in a different way with the different tools that each channel has.
So the first time I saw actually the previous slide, it was amazing how you actually understood all the not the profile, but the role of each social media. Thanks, Anan. All the social media, and you put it all in one sheet, right? And you really understand what type of content you are using within which one, because actually we are building for you guys a lot of content every single day, and to have this in a very clear way, it actually helps us a lot to build a strategy in social. So actually, I also heard that you won an e-commerce award. So congratulations, by the way. That's really, really amazing. So I don't know if you want to, if you don't mind, please share with the rest of the room here is, what is that Fravega is doing today so different to other retailers that actually is giving you guys these awards and driving you all this success, besides working with us? No, just kidding. Just really.
First of all, working with iProspect. And I believe that the big difference is we are a lot of retailers in Argentina, and we have all the same products, all the same promotions. So we struggle there. Our challenge is how can we give something different to the consumers. So we are focused all the time on building a new customer experience. We are not product-centric. We used to be. But we are trying to move to the customer. That's why social networks play a good match here, because they are part of this new way of interacting, and they are everywhere. They are in the stores. They are wherever we are, watching TV and everywhere. So I believe that our main difference is we are trying to be an omni-channel retail.
Yeah, I believe so. I agree with that. Your omni-channel proposition is actually pretty amazing, and it's really working for you guys. So before actually I make this last question, and then we will invite people from the audience to jump in and ask you if they don't mind. So, and going back for what you were explaining about the Facebook case study, about all the information, working in this industry, I'm always wondering how, when you have all these learnings, all this insight, right? Well, we're getting a lot of information, a lot of data. How is actually you taking that and get that into practice? How all these learnings from you and what you have been learning all this year, and actually last year with us also, how is this impacting or shaping actually your budget distribution? Just to say, wait, we don't have to forget that you are a really traditional 100 years old retailer, right, in Argentina. So how all these learnings and insight is shaping your market strategy, and if you don't mind, actually your budget distribution for next year? I would love to know that.
Yes. Yes, me too.
You don't know
We didn't
yet.
decide it yet, but we are struggling that. We are moving very fast, and we are changing a lot, even in Fravega. As he mentioned, it's a company that has 100 years of history, of tradition. So in this case, when we talk about the marketing budget, we are changing. But what we need to prove here is we need results. And what we are doing with all this, with our relationship, keeping on trying and A/B testing everything, is let's keep on trying, let's keep on giving results to the business. And in that way, obviously, the new budget is coming. So I believe that we are going to increase a lot the budget. And because we need to keep on exploring. We need more Facebook case studies, and why not Instagram case studies and all the other channels. And this is how I believe we are going to keep on working.
Okay, thank you, really, thank you very much. I don't know if someone has any question for Mariano. I know we are
In Spanish, in English?
almost there for the day.
Okay.
Energy, we have a couple of minutes to go if you don't mind, someone.
We can say it all over again in Spanish if
You can
you
start
want.
saying, we as Latinos has a very, just kidding.
Well,
We were very clear, I believe. Okay, so really, we have
questions.
some.
Okay.
Just wait for the mic.
Vamos a hablar en español, acá Federico Greenberg. Quería preguntarles cómo es la estrategia para las diferentes provincias, si tiene una estrategia nacional o hay algún tipo de estrategia regional aplicada también en Facebook y en social media.
In Spanish or in English?
I believe the audience
Okay, in Spanish.
screaming for Spanish.
La realidad es que estamos empezando a explorar todas las estrategias regionales. Nosotros somos muy fuertes en todo lo que sería AMBA, Buenos Aires y en general. Entonces, todo esto de que hablamos de la segmentación y esta clusterización y el contenido específico es lo que estamos desarrollando muy fuerte, justamente no solo por los intereses de las audiencias, sino por los lugares geográficos donde están. Somos un retail, nos movemos de una manera atada a promociones y no son las mismas promociones que se manejan en todo el país. Entonces, es por eso que también estamos obligados a explorar y a medir cómo performa cada una de las regiones de Argentina para ajustarnos desde el lado de la promoción y para ajustarnos desde el lado del contenido. No sé si te contesta la pregunta, pero sí, medimos todo.
Gracias, Fede.
Was another question?
I believe there was, yeah,
Yes.
you can have the mic over there.
Hello. Do you use any of this technology to approach consumers within your physical store? The shopper.
Yes,
You
it's a good question.
customize your strategies there.
Actually, we are the same. We are moving very fast. We built our own app, and I believe that that's the way to cross the information from the store with our own CRM, with all, not only the social networks, but with every channel. And we are starting a conversation to try beacons and those type of technology, not only to understand both environments, online and offline, but also to explore the stores and how people move inside there. So we are in that conversation too.
Okay. There's no any question? Okay then. Thank you,
Well,
Mariano, again. Thank you
thank
for
you
being
for-
here with us, and thank you for the crowd to listen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent stuff. Thank you. Thank you.